What is going on, guys? My name is Doug, or Always on Board. In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to blur a face out or a area of a video that you would like to hide, such as text and so on. So this is Premiere Pro CS6. We're going to get straight to the point here like I normally do, and let's do this. So I have a video clip that's in the timeline already, trimmed in perfectly the amount of video that I want to show and the amount of video that I want to blur. So it's a video of me doing the cinnamon challenge, and I want to blur just my face out. So what we need to do is we need to make sure that the video is duplicated onto video 2, and we do that by clicking on video layer 1, holding option or alt, and then clicking and dragging that up. And so now we have a duplicate of that, and so we're going to put the effects onto video layer 2. So the next step is going over to effects, and we need to search up a blur. So search blur, and then I'm going to use Gaussian blur, so click and drag that onto video 2. And you don't see anything yet, but if you go over here to effect controls, you can see that the blurriness is at 0, so you can bump that up a lot. And then as you can see, the edges aren't blurred, so you just click on repeat edge pixels, and what that does is it blurs out the rest of the clip. So the next thing that we need to do is we need to select the area of the face that we want to blur. So we do that by clicking on Command T or Control T if you're on a PC, and I'm going to name this blur so that I can find this in a little bit. And so from here, what we need to do is go over here to the ellipse tool, and we can just click, and if you drag this around, it goes wherever you'd like it. But if you want a perfect circle, you click on shift and drag out, it's a perfect circle. Or if you want to click shift and option or alt, it makes a perfect circle right from the point that you chose. Now a quick tip here is let go of the mouse before you let go of shift. If not, it'll mess the circle up. So now that's perfect. Click out of that, and we're going to go back to the projects where you found your video clip and drag that blur that you just made and drag it over the other two videos. And I'm going to trim this down so it's the same length. Okay, so at this point we have a circle over the face and we have a blur in the background, but we're not blurring the face at this moment, so that's what we need to do now. So what we need to do is go to effects, and we're going to search track matte, click on track matte and drag it over to video 2, not the blur but to video 2, just like we did the first time. And we're going to change that matte from none to video 3. So now the blur is right over the face, and what we have to do now is we have to do basic keyframing, basic editing basically, and edit this to where it follows the face. And we do that by, we're on video 2, actually we're going to click on blur video 3, and we go up here to where the blur is and we double click that. So at this point we can move this blur wherever we would like to put it. And so the basic thing that you would do is start out from frame number 0, or keyframe number, actually frame 0, and we're going to put this on the face. And as you click on the right key on your keyboard, as you can see, it goes up every time you click right, it goes up a frame, and back down to the left it goes down. And then a quick tip here, just for tutorial sake and to save a lot of time, is if you hold shift and hit right, it goes up 5. So that saves a lot of time for editing. So let's just go back to the beginning, and we're going to go over here to motion at the top, and we're going to click on the position keyframe. And so now we have a keyframe here, and we're going to keyframe the rest of the video so that it matches the face, so that it blurs the face the whole time. So like I said, shift right arrow, and we're going to move this over, shift right arrow, move this over. And as you can see right here, it has a little path of keyframes, so that's motion right there that you can see. So now that's how you know you're doing a little bit of keyframing, so now you're doing it right. So shift right key, let's just keep moving this over. And it's not going to be perfect just because I'm trying to make it to where this video is not too long and it's just straight to the point, yada yada. So I'm almost done. Okay, and obviously if you do frame by frame, it's a perfect edit. So we're going to click out of it so you don't see all that other stuff that you don't need to see. And if you just hit the space bar and preview that, it just blocks the face perfectly. And let's say after you did all the editing, you wanted to make this circle bigger, all you have to do is click on the blur, double click that, and you go over here to the selection tool, and you can actually bump this up a lot more. And as you can see, it previews over here, so if I really wanted to do just that, it actually shows you in real time. So Command Z to go back, and there you go, it's right over the face. That's basically the exact same way you do it for when you just want to blur out a certain area like this. So to go through these steps pretty quickly, just to kind of go over what we just did, you put the clip in, you click on Alt or Option, click and drag that up so you can put some effects on it. Go over here to blur, and then Gaussian blur, we drag that over to the video 2, not video 1. We bump that blur up a lot, repeat edge so the whole thing's blurred out. And with this, I'm going to actually hide this layer so that I can see this text real quick. Hit Command T, and we're going to call this, I don't know, box. And then go over here to the actual rectangle tool and click that over like that so that it blocks the text. Go over here to project, drag that box over to the video. So as you can see, this actually covers the text if you want to keep it like that, but I wouldn't. I would add this blur. So we already added the blur to layer 2, so we just make the visibility back on. And then what we need to do from here is search for track matte again, and then drag that on over to video 2, and then change the matte from none to video 3. And then as you can see, the gamer tags and stuff when you're playing is hidden. So let's say you want to hide it, there you go. So that is just a basic tutorial of just blurring someone's face or a certain part of a video. My name is Doug, always on board. Leaving feedback is a great thing for me, and it helps me for new tutorials in the future. So if you have anything that you want to learn or you don't understand, just go ahead and leave some feedback on that. Twitter is always on board, Facebook always on board, and check the description for Google+. And follow me on Instagram if you just want to look at pictures. So I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and make sure to watch the 2 videos at the end of this one. My name is Doug, always on board, and I'll talk to you guys later.